Welcome, fam, to the week 2 recap of the FFFL season. I am Greg, and we have our co-host today, Zach Godby. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being on from Miami, where you're obviously have your second home in Miami.
I love it. I love it.
Which building do you live in behind you? Which
It
condo
probably
is
would be
yours?
like right around here.
You're just out on your boat right now.
No, no boats. No, no. It would be nice to have a boat down here. I won't lie, but not what. Don't got money like that.
No. When was the last time you were in Miami?
Last year,
Yeah.
last December.
Yeah, I
Yep.
remember you. I think you enjoyed it there.
Oh,
Only
I.
there a couple
That's
days.
that is home away from home. Yeah. If I
Is
ever
it
struck it, if I ever struck it rich, that's where I'm gonna live. Yeah, that's for
Miami?
yeah, that's for
Oh man. Why Miami?
It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. The weather, beautiful. The women, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Okay. I haven't been to that side of the coast. I've always been on the Gulf side. So
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's a little different. I mean, it's still kind of the same, but
I'm also not a late night person, which I feel like Miami's a late night town, so I don't feel like it fits in with me very well.
Miami doesn't sleep. So it's at any time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like New York in that fashion where it's just, there's always people everywhere. It does not matter what time it is. But it is, yes, a very big party city. Yes. They party hard.
Well, one day you'll be back there, getting in that
Oh, I'll be
warm,
back there.
nice
I'll
sun.
be back there in November.
Oh, really? Okay, so you have a plan.
Yeah.
How long are you going for then?
I think just the weekend for Sam's birthday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Sam's going down there as well then. Cool.
Yeah. Well, we're going to the villages where his mom lives, which is like Central Florida, like kind of by Orlando a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll drive down there and spend the day down there. He's never
Okay.
been down there either, so
Snipe. All right. You're gonna go
show
to
him
the
around,
Everglades?
let him feel it. Nah, Everglades aren't. You don't want to go to the Everglades.
Yeah, you don't want to break
I mean,
down there.
if you like fishing and you like adventurous shit, sure, go ahead. But I don't. I mean, I'm not trying to get bit.
Yeah, no kidding, man. No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm all good. I like to have fun. I don't like to live dangerously.
Exactly. All right, man. Well, let's get this rolling. I don't think people care to hear us talk
Yeah,
about it anymore.
right. Yeah, they
Louis
don't
is off
care.
to Germany, so bon
Nice.
voyage,
Have fun
Louis.
with that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Enjoy your trip. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen and get this PowerPoint going. You know what I mean? Dude, that actually rhymed. I didn't mean for it to rhyme, but that actually rhymed.
Yeah.
All right, we got our week 2 recap, like we do every week. We're going to go over what happened this past week, get into Dr. Sam's injury report. After that, the transaction report, hope it was helpful and I think is interesting. So we'll keep doing that this year. Then waiver wire, what to do's, as we always look at some of these guys that might need to fill a spot or two. Comment of the week, and then wrap up with the week 3 matchups. Are you ready to go, sir?
Yeah.
Last week we didn't have any ass whoopings, but this week we had many. We'll start with I try to organize it in the largest deficit, so maybe not so much that the winning side was dominant, but maybe this one was more of the losing side. It was high score last week, low score ever. Just 2 weeks.
Did you look that up? It is the lowest
No,
score we've
I
ever
don't
had.
think it actually is. we've had someone under 60 before as well, so
Yeah,
I don't want to put that on him. But he's near the bottom, we'll say, after having high
yeah.
score of the week. Any thoughts on the game? Maybe I'll throw some out. Did Derrick Henry get some rest in that game? Is that what they were doing?
I feel like what happened is, if you want my opinion, I think that they just were like, you know what, we're just going to beat you without Derrick Henry, because if anyone followed it, Cleveland was talking pretty big about they're going to shut Derrick Henry down, and I think they were just like, okay, well, watch this. We'll just do something else then.
Yeah, it seemed like they had that in hand, and so weren't going to really put him at risk. They need him for specific games, so maybe it's an interesting tell to say whether or not if they're going to win big that they would actually keep Henry in, and he may not be as great of a play as you think. But at the end of the day, is Derrick Henry going to play him every week?
Yeah,
On the other side, what about Achan? You think he's back? He's had actually a couple of good weeks.
yeah, he looked pretty decent. I mean, mainly a lot of receiving, but
Yeah,
take it however you can get it. I mean,
that's how it's going to come for him, which
yeah,
is always helpful out of the backfield. Anything else
yeah.
that you noted in this matchup?
Well, I mean, obviously the glaring, I can't believe he only scores 59 points having a player that scored 23, right?
Yeah, true.
22.9. Like, I mean, how that's just, yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's
Yeah, every
no other
single
way
one
to,
of his players just underperformed like crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like maddening, insane.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, yeah, you can't do anything but just throw your hands up. And the good news is, usually the great players only do this a few times a year. If you're going
right,
to lose a game, hey, if they can all get it out of their system in that one game, maybe you take it.
right.
All right, well, better trekking next week, Bob. Nice W. Suckaditka, who goes to 1-1, and Bob goes to 1-1 as well now. All right, next up we had Ricky's Rodent Rockets with 95.5 against the Cheesehead Champions at 132.5. So another ass whooping by the new Faja. I hope Palmer's doing well, and this was a tribute to her. But on one side, you had Puka and Neighbors combined for 60.
Yeah,
Just those two wide receivers alone for the Cheesehead champions
yeah,
helped carry them.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I noticed in this game is, minus RJ Harvey, he just had a great week, really, from pretty much everybody. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
17 is a little underwhelming from your quarterback, but I mean, when you have everybody else doing double digits plus some,
yep,
that's a good week. And obviously, I mean, he had some on the other side, he had some unfortunate runs. Genty only getting 8 points is pretty bad. Mike Evans only getting 8 points.
yep.
You don't
Same
really
with
expect that most of the time.
Allen was a
And
low scorer this week,
right,
after being a
obviously,
high
Josh
scorer.
Allen only getting 13 is not expected.
QB1 last week, and then puts up 13 this week. Which yeah, I think that's really tough as well. That's a large
Yeah,
deficit, so other things have to go your way. But so far, these top rookie running backs are not looking so great out the gate. But got to be patient with them. So nice
yeah.
W, EJ. You go to 1-1 and second in the West, whereas Andy and his rookies Rodent Rockets go to 1-1 and third in the West now. All right, next up, ass whooping number three. I told you there was a bunch this week. We had the Jerry Jones Hate Club at 98.5 going up against you, the Chubby Down Syndrome manager, at 133.5. That Dak Pickens stack worked out this week. Last week it was a combined 12.5, I think, for you. Whereas this week you got a 40 burger from it. How do you feel?
I did not feel great at all. If you watched that game, I watched that whole game. Like, Dak and Pickens were like on pace to get like 15 points combined until the last two
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
Like, I got lucky that he caught, what, a 30 something yard touchdown. Like, I mean, it was looking very bad. It was looking bleak, but
the end of that
I
game was
know it
crazy.
doesn't seem that way because I won by, 35 points or whatever, but I wasn't feeling great. But obviously, love Jonathan Taylor getting me 35 points. That was huge.
Yes, sir.
And side note, sorry, go Colts. Let's go.
Yeah,
Can't
two
believe
and
we're
zero,
looking as
baby.
good as we are. That's crazy. I mean, again, if everyone remembers, I like Danny Dimes. I don't think he's fantastic, but I think he's okay. But yeah, we'll see. And I'm shocked that I beat him again. I was nervous. He got 30 from James Cook. He had 20 from Saquon. Baker did okay.
Yeah, Baker did
I was
well. Got what
nervous,
he's
but
supposed to.
luckily he got nothing from Cortland Sutton, and his defense got him negative points. So
Yeah,
I
that
feel like
defense
that
is
helped a
tough.
bunch.
Did not expect that to happen with the Dallas defense. I
Yeah.
and Sutton has been quiet this year so far, so that's also tough. But you're right. I mean, his quarterback and two running backs combined for like 75 points, and he only got 98.7, so that's tough.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm
but
sure we'll talk about it on the waiver wire stuff, but yeah, I think Bo Nix has a favorite target. So
yeah, exactly. We'll get
yeah,
there.
I think Sutton might be out of the loop here.
Yeah, we also had a fourth ass whooping. I don't know if we've ever had four ass whoopings in a week. We may have before, but four is quite a lot. And this one was kicker hardly knower. 103.5 to Licho Loja's high score of the week at just over 136. Nice W for Licho. So they both go to 1-1. And then second in the East for Licho, whereas kicker third in the East. Here we had a few things going on. I'd say it's a mixed bag for Allison, the manager of the kicker hardly knower, having some decent points from a few players. It seems like it was a go get them, and we're playing above the rim, and then others were playing well below the rim on her team. On the other end, you had some big games, man. Amon Ra having that three touchdown game is going to really change that into that team's favor, anyways. Anything else that you may have seen in this matchup?
I mean, obviously, getting 70 from two players helps a whole bunch.
A little bit, a little bit.
That's and again, I went against Amar Ross St. Brown in another league this week, and I told the guy I'm going against, I'm like, well, that'll be his high this year. Like who
Yeah,
expected that game, right? But yeah, that was a big one. And her team didn't do terrible. I mean,
no,
obviously, 1 point from your tight end is not great, but
yeah. I might need to be looking for a new tight end in them streets.
right.
Evan ain't it right now.
No, not right
But
now.
But sorry you got your butt kicked, Bell. But nice job, Leacho. Way to come back from last week. And I put you down for high score of the week winner in week two. Nice job. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Then we got wheelbarrowed because somebody went out early, and that definitely hurt the young Tyler's perspective on the week because he could have won the week with a good game from Burrow. And it looked like it could have easily been a good game from Burrow. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
tough L, I will say, Tyler. Don't hang your head too low because your team did very well despite that major injury coming. And the Indy Sobro cases aces, they second week in a row of pretty solid output around 120 with a lot of their players putting up good numbers.
yeah.
What do you think was the difference maker here?
Just Casey and Sam's team being what they're projected, basically.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, that's really what it is. I mean, they just they did a good job drafting, obviously, and so far it's panning out for them really well. I mean, every one of their players are just putting up, great points every week.
Yep, I agree. And
I'm
we'll
sure
see.
you'll mention this too. Only undefeated team in our league after week two. That's pretty amazing.
Dude, that's crazy. I know we'll get to the standings, but it is kind of
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
the parity in our league. I love it right now. Honestly,
yeah.
it's actually really cool.
Real
But
quick, Tyler. I know we do this every year. Don't hold your head too low, man.
No, man.
You can recover from this. It's okay. You got a good roster. You have a good roster.
Yes, that's what I wanted to add. Is like Burrow going down obviously is a big deal because
Yeah.
he had the stack. This game would have been great. You look at what Jamar Chase did. Somebody's got to throw him the ball to do that, and that could have been Burrow. But you have a nice bench of replacements and at a lot of different spots. I mean, Caleb Williams, while maybe like we're still iffy on him in Chicago as to whether or not he's the QB, he's put up solid weeks, 2 weeks in a row in fantasy
Hmm.
football, and he ain't gonna
Yeah.
not be the quarterback in Chicago.
Right.
So I like that as a backup option.
Yeah.
And even for other guys, I'm like, he's got a couple of guys on his bench, so he's actually looking good. It was just an unfortunate thing that happened to Burrow and may potentially cause the loss there.
Yeah.
But nice W. And as you mentioned, Indy Sobros, those Indy Sobro cases aces, I should say. I might just call them Sobro from now on.
Right.
They go to 2-0 and are the only undefeated team in our league because I ended up as the Denzel Whittingtons getting 98, just barely edging out Meow Meow at 94. This is our only nail biter of the week. All else were pretty wide margin of victory. But what did you cite as the team that didn't lose? It's not so much a team that won. It's a team that didn't lose.
Just unfortunate that he had, the two players that he had go 6.9 and 7.2, really, because you had a good week. Well, also, your defense going negative,
Yeah.
makes the 5 point difference, basically, right? Like, you would have won if your defense didn't go negative. But you also had a good week pretty well from everyone except Justin Fields. You know what I mean? You had double digits from everyone except Devontae, and even still, he put up seven. So,
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like a blow 'em out week. Nobody went crazy on the week.
right, right.
But yeah, to your point, yeah, and Justin, I made the wrong QB decision again. Unfortunately, this time it should have been Love. Last week it should have been Fields. But I will say I'm probably going to stick with Love moving forward because 2 weeks in a row he's above 20, and not crazy. But I kind of played it this year as I don't want the QB to lose it for me, and so therefore, if I can get a consistent 22-ish, 24-ish from Love, I'll take that. Um,
Right.
with everything else.
Well, I
So
wasn't going to get into anybody's like choices just because obviously everybody has their own opinions and everything, but I said it all week. I don't know. I get it. The upside, but there was nothing from even seeing week one that would have made me start Fields over Jordan Love.
no, I thought he looked good in week one. And I think
He
it was
did.
more of giving credence to
He
maybe
did.
that defense.
I've just seen this. I've seen
Yeah,
this
I
show.
know.
I've seen this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shows these flashes of like, oh, okay, well, maybe he could be a quarterback. And then
Yeah.
he has those games, two
And that's
points.
where I go with it. Plus, he got concussed in the game too, which I'm sure Dr. Sam will talk to us about that as well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I will be moving in a different direction, maybe with the Denzel Whittingtons, maybe moving on with their quarterback
Right.
and of this person moving forward here.
Yeah.
Um, all right, well, that wraps up week one, and to your point, we'll get into it, but a lot of parity in the league. I'm liking it. So it's really cool after 2 weeks to see to see a lot of 1-1 teams. But we have our injury report coming up. But as you know, Zach, it you can't you can't do an injury report if you don't have the ability to pay Dr. Sam what he's owed. And so we got to find sponsors. The Dr. Sam Injury Report brought to you by Andy's Hot Takes, the spicy treat you can't get enough of. Like Louie's tongue to a fireball shooter, you'll be tasting Andy's Hot Takes for hours. Andy's Hot Takes come in many bold and unpredictable flavors. Some fun fan favorites are the Lemon and Horse Trader Trail Mix, the Commiss Dictatorship, and the Ricky's Rodent Rocket Chips. All bags punch you in the mouth with flavor while leaving you feeling the heat through the back end tomorrow. Andy's hot takes are sold anywhere someone will listen to them. Andy's hot takes does not claim to give the eater psychic powers, but does not refute that you may see visions. If you experience any adverse symptoms, please contact Dr. Sam in Detroit. Okay, well, that was a nice sponsor break. Thank you, Andy's hot takes, for sponsoring the show.
Yes, thank you.
Are you more likely to buy them now that you understand what they are?
I am not, but that's only because I can't stand hot. So,
And those were Fuego.
Wago.
But yes, let's get into Dr. Sam's injury report.
All right, week 2 injury report, NFL season. Bad week to be a quarterback or a hamstring. Joe Burrow, turf toe. He's going to be out for at least 3 months getting it surgically repaired. Depending on how their season, he may be sidelined for the whole season, depending on recovery and how their season's going. Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders quarterback. He has a knee sprain. I didn't really see what they diagnosed him with specifically. If it's a PCL, similar to like DK Metcalf last year, I think, he's going to have decreased mobility. So not as much scrambling potential. If it's the MCL, they might be a little bit more cautious just because of the correlation to MCL and ACL tears. Justin Fields, concussion. So anytime there's a concussion, you got to check the injury reports. They have to pass protocol. So it could be 1 week, could be 2 weeks. JJ McCarthy, quarterback for the Vikings. He has a high ankle sprain, so he's going to be out at least 2 to 4 weeks, and then probably a couple weeks of lingering, just like power and escapability for him. Josh Allen, he's fine. He got his nose busted. I don't think there was any fracture, so he'll probably have a visor on. Austin Eckler, running back for the Commanders, tore his Achilles, so he's going to be out for the season. And then Aaron Jones Sr. Has a hamstring strain, so he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, but he might be a little bit longer than that. This is his 9th hamstring in the last 4 years. So not as many offensive injuries this week, which is what I typically look at. But just a couple other things I was looking at. Patrick Surtain, Marlon Humphrey, AJ Terrell, Jermaine Johnson, a lot of corners that are coming back with some hamstring injuries and stuff like that. So checking matchups, if that's something you're really trying to dive deep into fantasy, take a look at that because there's a couple guys in the secondary. Also, Kyle Van Noy, linebacker, he's hurt for Baltimore. So taking a look at some of those defensive injuries. And then also Cooper Beebe, center for Dallas, is hurt as well. So just kind of offensive production, just food for thought this week since there weren't that many injuries.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sam. That was actually pretty solid information. That's one of my favorite Dr. Sam.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah. How's school going?
Good.
Yeah. Are you done with baseball, with T-ball? Yeah.
I'm doing soccer now
Oh, you are?
with my
Yay.
mom.
Oh, well, that's cool. Do you like soccer?
Yeah. I
What do
also
you like?
do it with my friend Cooper
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Lucas.
that's cool.
And they were on her T-ball team.
Mhm.
Oh, wow, cool.
That's
That's
how I
cool.
know them.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
What else have you been up to?
I just been tomorrow. I might be going to the farmers market.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
You gonna go get some fresh fruits and vegetables?
maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have a little adventure tomorrow. Farmers market, then the feed store after that to get some wet dog food,
And then go to the freeze.
and then go to the freeze and get
That's
burgers,
cool.
fries, and ice cream.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So little family night.
I miss you.
Me too. I just got a new ball,
Oh
like
yeah.
a golf ball.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you going to start golfing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
After I talk a little bit with you, I'm gonna go and golf a little bit.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Mama were doing that yesterday in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing a good job at it? Do you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to be good at everything.
My mom also got a golf ball,
Oh yeah.
a soccer one.
Looks like a soccer ball.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I found him on the course the other day. I went golfing for the first time the other day this
Nice.
year
Right.
and actually did really well. I played very well. I was surprised. Like, would have been one of my better rounds in general if I could actually putt. That was the
Yeah.
only problem. I couldn't putt. I three putted 6 times.
Mm.
That's not good. If I can cut that in
Yeah.
half, I'd at least be like I would have shot like a 94. So I'm not like
No.
Bob or anything. I'm not as good as Bob or EJ or those people. But
Right.
all right. All right, we're gonna keep this going. Love, thank you for stopping by.
Bye. I
Bye.
love you.
Love you.
I'll
Have
see you
fun.
soon.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, say hi. Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up we have our transaction report. Oh, there we go. Leachologis, he adds wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers, Quentin Johnston, and the LA Rams defense, but he dropped wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Chris Godwin, as well as Washington Commanders defense. The Denzel Winnington, they placed tight end George Kittle on IR, and they added tight end from New Orleans, Juwan Johnson, as well as wide receiver from New England, Kayshon Boutte. They dropped wide receiver for the Chargers, Trey Harris. Beat the Swifties, then added San Francisco's defense and dropped Minnesota's. Chubby Down syndrome, they added the tight end for the Cleveland Browns. I like this kid, Fannin, and the quarterback for Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers, while dropping Miami's tight end, Darren Waller, as well as wide receiver for Minnesota, Adam Thielen. Any comments on that? Well, I got you here. No? Okay. The Jerry Jones.
Aaron Rodgers will be back out there for you guys.
I saw you had 3. I was like, you don't normally roll with 3. So,
I wanted to just see what he did this week, right? If he did
yeah.
well, I was going to put May out there, but
Hey,
Drake May was. We'll talk. We
yeah.
can talk about that later, but yeah, no.
Jerry Jones Hate Club added Dallas's defense while dropping the Houston Texans running back Damian Pierce. I like the stab on Pierce, but yeah, it hasn't looked that way. So, but the Cheesehead Champions, they added the tight end for Dallas Cowboys, Jake Ferguson, but dropped the quarterback for Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, for your city. They dropped the QB for your city, man. What do you feel about that?
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
this is like LA, right? Like football's a secondary thing in
Yeah.
Miami.
Probably a tertiary thing there.
There's
No,
other
yeah,
shit to
maybe.
do. Right.
Yeah. Ricky's Rodent Rockets in the last transaction of the week, they added Minnesota's defense with whom beat the Swifties dropped. So one man's trash, another man's treasure is what they thought. They dropped New England Patriots defense to do so. So that takes us to our waiver wire. So let's talk quarterback. What do you say, Sack?
I'd say if you're going to go with anybody, I'll give you 2 choices. It'd either be Jake Browning or Carson Wentz. I don't
Okay.
really love any of the choices. Obviously Jake Browning looked pretty good, so maybe he's okay. To have as a backup. Again,
Yeah.
Carson Wentz. The only reason I say Carson Wentz is just because he is kind of a veteran at this point, and with the weapons they have, he should be able to do some damage.
Yeah.
Are they going to win games? No, but fantasy wise, he may put up numbers possibly. As
I
a
agree with
Justin
that.
Jefferson owner, I'm hoping so.
Yeah. I would also say Sam Darnold's another one I like this week against New Orleans. Not a great defense, and they look good, and he looked good this past week. So he's the one I would take a stab at as well. All
Yeah.
right, moving on to the running backs. Anybody on here that you would like to take a stab at?
I'm going to be honest. This is going to go quick with me. I have nothing here. I have
You,
nothing here. So if you got something, I mean, if I
yeah,
could do, I'll do a quick honorable mention.
sure.
I would say Miles Sanders may be a great addition if you have Javonte Williams. I'm not sure who has him in our league, but
Yeah, I
I
like
mean
that. Yeah,
that's about all I would say.
I
That's
like
that's
that
about
thought. Um, I mean, I think Gainwell is somebody you can add just because of how Arthur Smith likes to use the backs. He can do all. He can catch the ball as well as run. So I mean, he's not obviously he's a backup for a reason, but he's a capable backup in an offense where if Warren goes down, Caleb Johnson hasn't shown anything to say that he's going to take the work, and Kenneth Gainwell will continue to get it. So
yeah.
that's why I would say kind of similar to what you said. Maybe have Jalen Warren or Caleb Johnson. You take a stab on Kenneth Gainwell to just
Mhm.
add to that backfield, and then choose your Washington Redskins running back maybe. But I I actually threw out Woody Marks. I kept him on here because I mean you're looking at yeah. I mean everybody's 1-1. We're all trying to go for it. If you're trying to go for it, you want to try to find a backfield that's for the taking, and the Houston Texans backfield right now is for the taking, and I think Woody Marks showed the most explosion so far of anybody in that backfield. So I like Woody Marks this week as a good pickup. Maybe
Yeah.
undercover, maybe when you have to wait on a few weeks, but could develop into something.
Right.
All right, wide receivers. There are a couple here I like. What about
Yep.
you?
Troy Franklin.
Hey,
I think he's going
Franklin.
to be a big acquisition from quite a few people. It seems like Bo Nix and him got a real good chemistry. I know they played in college together, so
Yep.
uh, I think uh, I think he's going to be a great add. Let alone if someone has Bo Nix. I'm not sure who has him, but
So kicker hardly know her. They
okay,
have the rights to Bo Nix right now.
okay. Uh, but there's also a couple more. Calvin Austin. I know they weren't great this week, but let's see if they continue to be bad.
Rogers likes his slot receiver, so
Yeah. And then I also don't mind Dontavian Wicks with the Jaden Reed injury.
yep,
Granted, Green Bay's going to spread the ball around a bunch,
yep.
but
Who gets a
uh,
touchdown is kind of what you guess
he's a
there.
boom guy.
Yep,
He is a guy that could catch 2 touchdowns in a game and really change things for you.
yep.
And then I got another one too, Jalen Naylor. Um, he's kind of came on a little bit, and I don't mind having him, but
Yeah,
he would be
just
my last option. But I don't
just
think
know
he's going to be
Jordan
terrible.
Addison comes back after this week, so that's something
Yeah,
to note
yeah,
as well.
mhm,
So that would take away snaps from Jalen Naylor. So that would be one I would say this week, and they're facing Cincinnati, which is a bad defense. So that's actually not a bad call out for
right,
Jalen Naylor, who could be the wide receiver 2/3 on that team on a
yeah,
high passing offense. So and I had Hunter Renfro on here at the end because he had a lot of targets from that in that game. It was a garbage time game, but they're going to be in a lot of garbage time games. So we play fantasy football, we don't play real football, and so
right,
therefore he could be a guy, but I don't. You're not going to get touchdowns like that, I don't think, from him, and you need touchdowns in our league. But hey, he scored a couple, I think, in that one. But you made some
right,
good call outs there.
right.
All right, and lastly, we have tight ends. Anybody on here that you like? I got a couple I could probably throw out.
Well, I like Zach Ertz. He's done well so far. Now, again, the
Yep.
Jaden Daniels injury makes a big difference there. But as of right now, I heard today Jaden Daniels is fine, that he'll play. But I mean, something to watch for. I really like Jonnu Smith. Again, Pittsburgh's offense looked kind of bleak this week, so I don't know, but maybe there's something there. And then I really like Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
I feel like he shouldn't even be out there, but he is. And
Well, he hasn't done so much so far. I think both
right.
games he's caught 3 passes for like 30 yards. So
Well, I'll also put this out there. I don't know how many people watch this podcast and how many are going to see it,
not
but
many watch it. No,
if you want Brock Bowers,
he's on the block.
throw something at me, you know, throw
On the
something
block.
at me.
On this list, I'd also throw out Jatavian Sanders at the bottom. He actually is getting targeted there. He was having a good rookie season until he had the neck injury last year,
Mm-hmm.
and in an offense that I think is looking for. I mean, they plenty of weapons. He's a good weapon at tight end. I mean, he's a physical threat, and he's I think a potential ad for somebody.
Yeah.
Even Likely, I think, with Andrews kind of struggling, once Likely's healthy, he might be the guy that they're going to go to as the second option in Baltimore, which is a great offense. So he could even be a
Yeah.
stash for somebody as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the waiver wire for this week. Now we're at the comment of the week, which I like Samantha's comment this week.
Hilarious that you said that because
Yeah.
when she said it, because obviously she was talking to me, I was talking to her. I literally saw that and I go, that's the comment of the week.
Yeah, really nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't been very chatty yet. I
No, we
understand,
haven't.
but that I got a giggle out of that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought so too. So kudos to you, Samantha. Great comment. That had me laughing right away. I was like, that's good.
Yeah,
Because yeah, seeing out the draft together, it was very husband and wife material there,
yeah,
back and forth. They should draft. So she's done a great draft so far.
right.
All right, now let's get into where we stand or sit after week 2, as I put it. We have, as you noted, only one undefeated team, and that is the Indy Sobro Cases Aces from the Japan League, obviously, with that name. Coming over dominating our league here at 2-0 right now. And they're in the number one in the West, with Murphy's Law being the only 0-2 team so far. At the bottom of the West as well. And everyone else is 1-1 in between them. So right now, Chubby Down Syndrome, your team's at the top of the East, with everyone just trailing right there behind you, man. This could change up next week in no time, right? It's a fickle division right now.
Yeah,
But let's get into some of the stats. So Indy Sobro Cases Aces, like I said, they've come out 2 weeks in a row, right around 120 both weeks, to put them at a 240 for their points for, leading the league with that. Then Chubby Down Syndrome number 2, because you are number 1 in the East at 227. But Cheesehead Champions suddenly put up 233, so they're second in points right now, with Licho Logis at third in points. The only thing to not pay attention to is the moves, because it shows Licho having only made 2 moves, but he made 3 moves last week and 2 moves this week. So
right,
that math doesn't compute. So I'm not going to even look at that right now. I think
right,
must have been a funky algorithm. And if you remember last week, they didn't have it on there.
right.
So I wonder if there's some glitch in their system with the ESPN right now. I'm blaming them. It's obviously not my fault. Oh,
I'm gonna
Lordy.
guess that it's probably only the waiver claims that they're counting. I bet.
That could be. Yeah, that could be.
I'm
He's
not
learning
sure
to
what
not
all
do
those
that.
these moves were waiver claims and ads and stuff, but I
Yeah,
bet that's probably it.
you're probably right. All right, let's move into week 3 and what we have coming up here. I try to include the bench this time. We'll see if this works and if we like it or not.
Yeah.
Because I think it helps us to then decide or see if there's any other options we might go with. But we're gonna start with the top of the West tussle. We got Indy Sobro Cases Aces, the only undefeated team, slated to get 125 against Ricky's Rodent Rockets at 1-1, but third in the West. So a victory by Ricky Rodent Rockets could put him into first and send Indy Sobro to where he's at. Do you see anything here that you think might be the difference maker?
Well, I can tell you right now, with what news just came about Aaron Jones and the team they're going against and all that, I am playing for Indy Sobro. I'm playing Jordan Mason over Tony Pollard.
That's one of my questions here. Yep.
Indy's looked really good. Obviously, that could change quickly, but um, you know, Tony Pollard's projections have not even come close to what he's been hitting. So,
Yeah.
they don't look great, right?
Yep.
And then again, Jordan Mason, they're playing Cincinnati, and he's going to be their number one running back. So
Yep.
I feel like that'd be a place I'd start as far as all that goes. I honestly think this is going to be a pretty good matchup, especially if you look at everything considered. Is Mahomes going to keep putting up 25 points a game, right? That
Right.
it, he might not. Josh Allen's playing Miami. That could be another 40-point game for him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just everywhere around, Genty playing Washington, I just think the lineups and the matchups and everything, I think it's going to be a pretty good week for both of them. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I like this matchup. I agree that it will be close. Would you having Josh Allen? Would you put because I think Tyrone Tracy is a question flex for Andy as the manager of Ricky's Rodent Rockets. Would you put a Keon Coleman in against Miami, who's been struggling as a defense? Would you put
I
him in
mean,
to have a
being
stack
being that
and a
being that the
boom?
Giants play Kansas City, I would definitely consider a few of those options.
He also has
Um,
Ricky Pearsall. Would you put Ricky Pearsall in over Keon Coleman? Would you put
I,
either in over Tyrone Tracy? Because I think Tyrone Tracy
honestly,
is
I would
already get a different
honestly I'd
split.
probably put both in
Tracy.
over Tyron Tracy, but I will also say if he plays, I would play Xavier Worthy over him, especially since Sobro has Mahomes.
Got it. No, that makes sense too. Yeah, and it seems like
But
he's
yeah, I,
primed
I
to
would
play.
strongly consider what you're saying. Yes, I,
Yeah,
I mean,
but that makes
I would.
sense.
I don't love Tracy. Kansas City's a good defense.
Yeah.
I know they don't look great, but their defense has been fine.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I don't love that, but
Yeah. I agree. Fairly tough to call this week. Some good crossover that could happen with these games, and definitely some change up to see how you can get Mason in there. Not to your point, I probably would play Mason over Pollard at this point for Indy Sobro, but hey, they're the one making the right decisions. I'm the one making the
yep,
wrong ones. So
yep,
I who am I to give any advice?
right.
My team is not doing well. All right, next up, back from Italy. Will Rome start? That
Mm.
was a little joke. You like that joke there? Throwing that in. But
Oh, I
Rome,
do
man.
because it's funny. I didn't want to mention it in the matchups, but I cannot believe that he sat Roma Dunze. I mean, I get it. He's got a team. It's a choice, but I'm with the way it's went so far. I'm starting Roma Dunze over Jerry Judy.
Yeah, I would say I would have as well. But maybe you wanted to see another game, and now I think moving forward, I would definitely have Roma Dunze always in my lineup.
Right. And I mean, I have Debo in our other league. He's done well, so
Yeah,
that's another decision because obviously he isn't
true.
playing Aaron Jones.
Well, look at that position rank right now. Rome is number 4 wide receiver in our league, and
Yeah.
Debo's number 9 wide receiver in our league. So that tells you right there. Plus, he has CD Lamb as the number 11 receiver in our league. So he's got three like wide receiver ones on his team right now, which is great.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
just having that confidence to play him over some of these guys. Aaron Jones is going to be out, so you're automatically going to be playing somebody over him. So you can easily choose one of those guys. But then I'm
Right.
with you on the Jerry Judy side of it. I think their Fannon's taken a lot away from Jerry Judy. Tillman's taken away from Jerry Judy. I think with every weapon healthy, Judy's just not getting the amount of volume he was last year with the
Yeah.
same team. But um, as far as which way I would lean, EJ doesn't really have any room to shift his lineup or move too many pieces around. So this is where I think it's set at. But performed well last week. I see it having the same. He's just got a lot of away games for his
Well,
players.
and
So what?
I'm noticing I take Sam in this matchup. I know what the projections are showing, but
Yeah.
not only is he away in a bunch of his matchups, but
It's
look
seven
at
of
him.
eight. He's away.
They're all good defenses, every one of them. Baltimore, Chargers,
Yep.
Bears, Philly, San Francisco, Seattle,
Yeah.
like
Every single one of them. You're right.
every one of them are good defenses. So, I mean, he needs a lot to fall his way. And again, I think the projections don't really show it right anyway because Aaron Jones isn't going to be in there at
Yeah.
all. So I take Sam in this matchup, but it could be interesting. I mean, you never know.
Yeah. But it will be interesting to see who he decides to go with as
Agreed.
and the flex. And then also, does he need to put Cam Ward in at quarterback this week? He's the one with Jaden Daniels, and we'll see if Daniels can go.
Yeah.
So you might have to throw Cam Ward in there or stream something off of the waivers or in free agency. All right. Next, we have Meow Meow at 1-1 going up against Jerry Jones Hate Club also at 1-1. Which wide receivers will step up this week? And that's on either side because so far their wide receivers have kind of let them down on this season on both for Meow Meow and for Jerry Jones Hate Club. Any set of these wide receivers you think is going to outperform the other will that be the difference maker in this matchup?
I want to say that Meow Meow's matchups will win in the wide receiver range, but it's really hard to go against what Jerry Jones Hate Club has because he's got good wide receivers. They just have underperformed so far.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't love having T. Higgins right now, but maybe Jake Browning is good,
He performed
Um,
pretty well last year
yeah,
for him,
yeah,
so
yeah. Sutton, right? He's been like a no-show, and they're playing the Chargers, which are a great defense. So we'll see
yeah,
what happens there,
yeah.
But it really sucks for Meow Meow. I was looking, and I was gonna say I wouldn't play Herbert over Jared Goff this week because Herbert's playing Denver, but then I saw Goff's playing Baltimore. So
Yeah, at
I mean,
Baltimore.
you got a tough decision there because obviously Herbert has looked good, but Denver's a great defense. I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, Indianapolis carved him up, so maybe he goes with Herbert because he feels good that Herbert will do it. I don't know. I don't know.
Herbert's been good, so
But I don't see much changing from either one of them as far as their lineups and what to change and what to add.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think playing it how I played as well. I mean,
yeah,
on both sides, I think you have tough calls on either side as far as you want to do. And that's it. But we'll have to see which wide receivers come out this week. I think on both ends, kind of similar situations in regards to some are playing some tough defenses like Brian Thomas Jr. playing Houston, Cortland Sutton playing the Chargers. And you have some others like Calvin Ridley going against the Colts. I mean, I don't know, like middle of the pack, McLaurin going against the Raiders, same deal, so
yeah,
some players that could step up that haven't quite stepped up yet.
right.
Good luck to both of you this week.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Denzel Winnington, last place in the East, going up
Husband,
against
wife,
Kicker
baby.
Hardly Knower with the household handle at stake. All right. I'm throwing it out to you. I mean, I'm going to be biased and say I'm going to win, but what do you think?
Oh, man. I want to say it's going to be her so bad. I really do. But once again, look at that. Just the first five. Oh, it's all of it except the Carolina. I mean, she's away at the Chargers, away at Tampa Bay, away at Baltimore, playing Denver, away at the Chargers. Like, I don't
Yeah.
love it. And you've got some pretty decent matchups. I mean, I know Cleveland's defense is good, but you're going to have Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs. What a combination to have there. They're looking great. Uh, Chase Brown probably going to get a lot of carries because of Cincinnati being where they're at. You know, you're playing McMillan against Atlanta. I love that.
He's been good this year so
ETN
far.
against Houston. obviously Houston's defense has looked okay, but they're not fantastic. So, and I don't see much to change. I mean, from either one of you. I mean, there's nothing to change on her end. I mean,
Yeah,
and
I would say the same. I think like it looks like that's what this is how it's going to play out, and it's very even on both sides.
right.
We'll see how this one shakes out. But this is for I'm sure we'll make some bet of some kind. We usually do, and then
Yeah.
there's got to
Yeah.
pay up. But it's bragging rights in the household, so
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right. Next, we have a bottom of the West grapple. Murphy's Law at 0-2, bottom in the West and bottom of the league right now. Against Beat the Swifties, who's fifth in the West, so just above them at 1-1. Obviously, Joe Burrow's going to get replaced in this in some way, shape, or form. I would imagine maybe Caleb Williams, who's done a good job so far. And at that point, that puts him about in the same parking lot and as far as projections go. So who's going to actually win this grapple?
I mean, sorry, Bob, I'm only going to do it this one time, but I hope it's Tyler just for, I mean,
I know he's gonna be
give
feeling so low, so bad
give
about
this
like
kid a
this
break.
keeps happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, goodness gracious,
He even has Eckler who's on IR, the torn Achilles. He didn't
Right.
play him, but he's
Right.
got him too.
Right. But,
Well, let me take note of who all he has so I know who to get rid of in other leagues.
right. Right. Well, and like I said, the projections don't show really because he doesn't have he has got Burrow in there. So obviously plugging in Caleb Williams helps a bunch. I I almost played J.K. Dobbins over DK Metcalf. I
Yeah.
mean, again, that's a tough one. It is, but Dobbins has just looked good, you know. And I get it; they're playing the Chargers, and they are a good defense. But I just think that might be the play. Maybe, you know. I don't know. I don't know much about New England's defense, which is who Pittsburgh's going against, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
He
But
has a few good options, Tyler does. I mean, Keenan Allen, I
yeah,
think, is a good option. He's played well
yeah.
in that offense, and that's going to be just a fun game, I think, in general.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, J.K. Dobbins, I think, could fit in there. Even Michael Pittman can fit in there. He's got multiple good options. That's why I like his squad
Yeah,
right now. And he'll pick up some other options too because he's going to be able to drop Eckler. He's done for the year. So
yeah,
he'll be able to get rid of him. And then
yeah,
Burrow, maybe do his IR. We'll see if Burrow comes back. You got to get more info on that.
yeah,
But may even have to drop him. So that's
yeah.
tough.
And
But
on Bob's side, I mean, I love Bob's team. I mean, I understand he doesn't feel great right now, scoring 59 points this week, but I mean, Bob's team is pretty solid.
yeah, he just has
Pretty solid.
underperforming stars. AJ Brown is the 91st ranked wide receiver in the league. Jalen Hurts is the number 17 quarterback,
Yeah,
drafted as like the number 4 or 5, right? AJ
yeah,
Brown drafted as a top 8 or 10 wide receiver, but performing at number 91.
yeah.
Like so. Yes, you're right. Like I just think it's big stars that are not performing for Bob right now, and beat
Right.
the Swifties.
Yeah,
All right, good luck this week, gentlemen.
yeah.
Top of the East showdown, though. We got a big showdown. Holding your head, getting a nosebleed.
No, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, we got Chubby Down syndrome first in the East against Licho Loja second in the East. I like this battle. Your
Oh
projection's way
God.
up there
Of course,
for
I'm
the week.
projected to freaking win.
Of
Of course I
course.
am.
Of course.
Of course I am.
Since you're in this one, I'll kick this one off. Does Quentin Johnston, get started over maybe a DJ Moore for Licho Lojas? Would you be going Quentin Johnston right now or DJ Moore?
Nah. Well, playing Denver, yeah, yeah. You should play Quentin Johnston over DJ. Yeah, actually, you should probably put Quentin Johnston in over Ramon Ross St. Brown.
I didn't notice this just now, but he has the top two quarterbacks in the league. Did you know that?
Yes. Yeah.
Daniel Jones is the number 2 quarterback in fantasy football by week 2.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I like what he's throwing out there. I mean, I think even Tyreek, that's going to be a game where they're going to have to keep up with Buffalo, so they're going to be passing a lot. So I like that. Ramondre's been better than I thought he would be, and you'll have to see if Pacheco will be able to come around. That's a tough Giants defensive line. So I don't know how great I feel about Pacheco in that. However, he's only got Najee Harris as the other guy going against Denver. That's a tough play too. But on your end, what did I note here? Okay, yeah, I do you have a QB choice? I mean, you're going against Dak? Are you going to keep throwing Dak out? You've had a good game last week. Are you throwing him
I
back out there
believe
against
so.
Chicago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
could go May against Pittsburgh or even Rodgers against the Patriots.
I haven't looked much into that. Well, again, I don't even, maybe I'm wrong because you're showing this, but I don't even think I have Aaron Rodgers right now. I'm pretty sure I just dropped him.
Did you drop him?
Maybe I might not have.
Well, I made the deck earlier this morning, so
No, I
even when
do
I did
still have him.
that,
So it's for it's for a waiver wire. So I won't have Aaron Rodgers. I won't have Aaron
got it.
Rodgers.
Yeah,
But
even
I will consider the Drake May Dak Prescott swap. I will, yes. And again, I've been so on the fence too about Nick Chubb because he's been pretty good. Now, granted, my top 2 running backs have been great, but I
yep,
don't know about swapping out my wide receivers necessarily.
sure,
Again, George Pickens had a good week last week, but it was because at the very end of the game he caught the touchdown. And
yeah,
if he wouldn't have done that, it would have been another bad week. So
yeah. But that's
I
what he
might,
does for you, and I have to remind myself all the time: this is not a linear game.
right.
You have your ups and
Yeah. Well,
downs.
and Nick Chubb playing Jacksonville as well. Like, I feel like I might move Igbuka to where Pickens is, and I might start Chubb over Pickens. Maybe we'll
Got it.
see.
And
We'll
at
see.
that point, you might be more willing to play May because you're not worried about the stack, anyways.
Correct. Correct.
So that makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah, but I don't love this matchup. I know it's showing me a big favorite, but I don't. I don't love it. I don't love
no,
it.
anytime you're going up against Lamar Jackson, he's got Lamar is the number 1 quarterback. Amon-Ra is number 3 wide receiver in our league. The Rams defense is the 3rd best. Travis Kelce is performing well with some of these guys out. So
Yeah,
he's getting at least enough volume. He's got some big play potential from a lot of these guys. So
yeah,
never feel comfortable at that point. But so do you on your end. So I like where you're sitting
sure.
at. All right. Well, that wraps up.
He's got a lot of single digit position ranks for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You guys are at the same amount. I think you both have like 3 for your position players outside of defense. But yeah, you got a nice rounded team there too. So it'll be interesting to see the changes made on either side and who Leacho's going to pick up this week. We'll see. We'll see on that. But that wraps up, this week 2 recap. Good luck, everybody, in week 3.
Yes.
I
Good luck, everyone.
It's great to see the parity in the league right now. To see everybody, so many teams at 1-1. That's really cool. So I love that. Everyone's kind of managing their team very well. Also, so even those that might not be putting up as many points, you can at least see it in other areas of your team. So really, really nice job, all. And good luck in week 3. Same to you, Zach.
Good luck, everybody. Yes. Good
Thank
luck
you
to
for
you as
joining.
well.
Yeah,
No
thank you for
problem.
joining today. I appreciate it. Always fun talking football with you.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Much
All right.
love,
Love
everybody.
everybody.
Take care.
Good luck.
Peace.